Hey everyone, my name is Marissa. Welcome to my channel. I am so honored to be sharing space with you guys today. I feel like I haven't been on here in a while, and I know I let you guys know on like my channel update, my community tab, that I've been going through a lot of changes, and the changes are still rolling. March is going to be a really exciting month for myself, and based off the readings that we conducted, the energy, it seems like it's about to be popping off for all of us that are drawn to this channel. I do believe that the souls that are drawn to my channel and other channels, specifically tarot, it seems like we're going through they're like soul pods, and we go through similar transitions and changes and lessons and learnings, and I'm just the voice box to these changes at this time. So it's about, I'm going to say, we've been doing the work and the manifestations are coming in hot. Super stoked for it. So there are 3 groups to choose from today. Take your time with your pick. We are diving into 2 aspects within each group, which is highlights and milestones you can anticipate, as well as any challenges or points of growth. So super excited. Let's dive right into this. Hello, my friends. Welcome to March energy check-in. I'm super excited to be here. I feel like I haven't recorded group readings in some time. I'm going through a lot of changes, very exciting changes, and it seems like many of us are going through powerful transitions right now, many of us who have been on this journey for some time. Very excited to offer these readings for you. I just also want to put out there that every month I will be doing a donation-based meditation and breathwork session. The past group ones that I've been doing, the donation-based group ones, have been so fun and so powerful. And, it's a really great way to meet like-minded individuals, and breath and meditation come through so much in these readings. And these tools have been some of, honestly, the things that have, I feel, accelerated me on my path the most. Okay. And I offer different types of breathwork, styles, from breathwork journeys where we're deep diving into things, into the subconscious, to our daily maintenance and how to just connect with the higher self every day before we get started with the day. And honestly, I feel like it has really accelerated my life's unfolding, and I'm just so excited to offer these things to you guys. So if you have been interested or curious in what I offer my private sessions, maybe check out one of these donation-based group ones. I think you'll really like it. You can subscribe to my newsletter. That's in the description box, divinityincarnate.com, and you'll stay updated on all of my fun offerings across the board. So with that being said, really excited to dive into this. 2 aspects to these energy readings. First, we're diving into any highlights and milestones you can expect or anticipate, whether that be energetically or physical manifestations for the month of March, and then areas of growth or areas of challenge that you may experience. Okay, so we're just going to start with shuffling. You can skip right past this if you'd like. We're asking those guides that are overseeing the group of souls drawn to this group today. We're first asking, what milestones or highlights can this group anticipate for the month of March? Whether that be spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, career, love, any highlights or milestones this group can expect, please. Okay. And with the same deck, we're going to jump into the other side of this question. Actually, I think I'm just going to leave it separately. Yeah. We'll just do this section first. Highlights and milestones, please. Because I'm using the same decks for both questions. Highlights and milestones, month of March, group 1. Highlights and milestones. Perfect. And lastly, highlights and milestones for group number 1, please. What can group 1 expect, anticipate? Highlights and milestones for March. Okay. And on the other side of the coin, we're asking pockets of growth, areas of challenge or growth that this group can anticipate for this month. Okay. Challenge or areas of growth. challenge challenge, areas of growth. Okay. All right. Now let's get more details for milestones and highlights, please. More details, please. Okay. And lastly, areas of growth or challenge. Areas of growth and or challenging areas. Sticky points this month. Anything else? Okay, let's get into it. So for group number 1, first, highlights and milestones. TikTok. The end of a tough cycle approaches. You've been in something for a while. You've been waiting to get out of some sort of situation. You've been anticipating this. You're like, when am I finally going to complete this cycle? Okay, and it is nearing completion. This could be something to do with career. Doesn't necessarily have to with this Capricorn energy coming through. But I feel like it would be in general something that, an area of your life that, yeah, it just feels like it's time. And maybe even something that has created just some sort of, confusion, strife. Not exactly what you want it to be. Yeah, you're experiencing clarity, calm. It feels like you can finally breathe around this area. Abundance with Jupiter and dignified strength. So yeah, I feel like it just in general has to do with like an area of your life where it finally feels like you can be more of yourself. It finally feels like you can let your guard down a little bit and be a more authentic version of yourself. It feels like you can breathe. So maybe for some of you guys, it's been like hard to find a job or hard to find a position that you really like, or maybe it's like been waiting for a promotion or some sort of elevation in career. For a majority of you guys is really what I'm getting. And maybe even if it hasn't been, it doesn't necessarily mean things are like tight financially. Maybe they have been. Maybe you've been like okay, or you've been floating or something, and just we're wanting something new. I'm just getting the sense that like it's been a while that you have been in this state of limbo, I guess, and wanting something new, wanting a new beginning, wanting this cycle of like a cycle of lack to kind of come to an end. And I feel you've been doing the inner work, and it's really given you an opportunity to reframe your ideas around this area of your life. And yeah, I'm really seeing that you're entering a time, or you're entering a position in March, or it just feels like you're in a place where you're appreciated. You're in a place where your gifts are allowed to come to the surface. And I feel like you feel really good about where you're going. You feel really good about where you're moving. And maybe a big part of the tough cycle, maybe it did have like to do with your external environment in some way, or finances in some way. But I feel like it's like this internal sense of feeling like you belong somewhere, feeling like you're living in alignment with your purpose or your dharma. I really feel like that is feeling enhanced and elevated in the month of March. Okay, so really great start. Let's see, Queen of Cups. So yeah, your intuition has led you here. This is like you're really saying that your heart, the work you've been doing to keep your heart open, is really what has allowed this new cycle to begin. And I'm getting the sense of like deep surrender that has been necessary. We have the Prince of Swords coming through. Yeah, this is all happening very quickly. And it might be energy that you're already feeling, or something that you might have already been going through the motions like leading up to the month of March, but something about March is like solidifying this paradigm. Okay. It's solidifying this timeline that has been coming in hot, or that's going to come in very quickly. We also have the Page of Wands, the Princess of Wands coming through. So yeah, I'm feeling that you're in a very like new type of energy. Like it's like almost rebirth, and it's almost like a carefree like attitude. But I feel like this chapter is very important to you, but it's almost like your approach to it is very lighthearted, which I feel like is kind of the spiritual undertone and the spiritual lesson of what Spirit was wanting you to get into. I feel like you guys really take your incarnation seriously, what you're here to do seriously. And I feel like there was just some like internal shiftings that needed to happen. And yeah, there's definitely something about divine timing here that it just like wasn't exactly time. And there were certain inner energetics that needed to happen, and certain like other timelines are involved with this somehow, like other people somehow. And everything is like clicking together. And that's why I feel like it's kind of coming in fast, whatever this is. We have the Three of Pentacles. So yeah, kind of reiterating to me that this has more to do with career than anything, and like working with other people, and feeling very appreciated in what you have to offer. A really big upgrade is what I'm getting in terms of what you're here to do. Really feeling like calm about things, and like, yes, like I feel so clear about this new direction where I'm moving. We also have the Page of Swords. You have the Prince and the Page of Swords. So I feel like this is an area that allows you to be very expressive of your gifts, and very, like, I feel like in some way you're gaining attention, or people like really appreciate what you have to offer, and they're like, wow, where did this person come from? Or like, where has this person been? But it seems like your expression and your truth and your wisdom, like you really bring an element of uniqueness to this environment that you're moving into. And yeah, you're feeling abundant energetically, you're feeling abundant financially. I really feel like there's a lot of upgrades that are happening. You're on fire. Things are moving in a really good direction for you. And not that they weren't before, it was just kind of a tough pocket of growth and lessons that you were in before, and kind of just like, you know, preparing yourself. I wouldn't even be surprised if you had like some activations the months leading up to this where you couldn't sleep, you're almost manic. It's almost like energetically, I feel like you've been prepared for this energetically, and like the physical manifestation is really rushing in the month of March. Okay. If it's not already here, it's like something about it solidifying in March for sure. So, pockets of growth, areas of growth or challenge. Mercury messages, believe in the impossible, beautiful, and time for a nap. Wow, this is so lovely. I'm going to get out the tarot too right away. Just want to make sure you can see this. Yeah, I feel like this is still saying, you know, what got you here was relaxing. What got you to this point of like where the tables finally turned, where things finally shifted, was that you weren't taking yourself so seriously. And like you were almost in a forced state of surrender. And maybe it wasn't forced. Maybe you're just like, it was like naturally, you were like, okay, you know, I've been on this journey for some time. I know that if I'm not guided to make any moves right now, that I'm not going to force any moves to be made. Hold on really quick, you guys. I have to stop my tea kettle. Yeah, so it's almost like Spirit is like, yo, relax. Like, see what happens when you just surrender and just wait for the opportunities to align. And what happens when you're making decisions and making moves from a place of being really calm, a place of being really clear. There is a sense of things just line up better than you could have anticipated it. And I really feel like the biggest challenge is just maintaining this sense of like, wow, like this is just only the beginning, first of all. And next, it's like, don't go into that place of trying so hard. Don't go into that place of overthinking things again. You know, you've gotten to this point of being so receptive to divine messages and, you know, the natural unfolding, divine timing, divine nonchalance, that kind of thing, that, you know, it's like believing in the impossible is not necessarily like, I have to come up with all of these things. I have to always be like dreaming into existence and visualizing and manifesting. No, the message here is that like when you are just in a state of receptivity, your next move that is going to lead to your impossible, to the seeming impossible, is going to be very clear. right? The next move is always going to be clear. And I love that this is a blue moon, because it's that idea of like once in a blue moon. Like this doesn't happen very often. And so I feel like, there's something very like, I can't believe this is happening in this month. It's almost like, I feel like the gifts that you have to offer, group number one, but it still kind of astounds you, I feel like, how powerful of a connection you have with source and how much of a difference you make in other people's lives. Okay. And know that you don't have to force that. It's not something that you have to try. It's something that comes so naturally to you. And I do believe that maybe in a way there's like a level of like, maybe even like underlying guilt of it happening so easy for you, or it seems like it's happening so easy for you, and things always work out for you. And why are other people struggling? Well, it's like this, you're in your own university, YO university, just like everyone else is. And, you've done the work in this lifetime and other lifetimes. And so this is why you're at a place where things are just flowing, and you have the luxury of relaxing and not having to struggle. I feel like I feel like this is really a shift in things of life is going to be epic, and this sense of struggle is really being released. Okay. We have the Magician. This is so beautiful. So an auspicious time to create. So knowing that you don't have to force things to happen. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, this is powerful, you guys. I feel like it might be a little bit scary to kind of like the level of surrender you're moving into. So although there's like this new mark in career and like environmental change that is like really obvious and really big, I feel at the same time, it's like, wow, like you guys are seeing and feeling and wondering like, is this life like really in my hands? There's almost like questioning how much free will is like a thing. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting. I go through these periods too where I'm like, wow, it's like, is free will a thing? Because sometimes I do be feeling like shit just be happening. And, the free will is just how I respond to it. And, while I don't think we're ever going to fully know from this level, I do feel a sense of like the divine is taking over, and it's like the ego is less in control. And in some ways that might be a little bit scary, but it's something that you've been working on, and that I feel at the same time is also very like a breath of fresh air. It's really like, I'm just getting most of it is feeling like I'm getting the sense of like not having to explain yourself to other people, and not going about the things in the same way that other people go about things, and not feeling like you have to over explain yourself or how you move that the way that you do. And, you're very outside of the matrix is what I'm getting. And so your belief system supports this idea that the less I force, the more happens. The less I do, the more things work out. This is literally believing in the impossible, because it's such a strong script on this planet, in our modern culture right now. Like the opposite narrative is pushed so hard. And so, there is something big that is like a really big change in the month of March for sure, like without a doubt. And this is something that is like in some way beyond your control, but I also feel like it's in a good way. Absolutely. Because whatever the Wheel of Fortune is surrounded by, the cards kind of tell us, are the fortunes turning for the better or the worse? And because we have the Ace of Batons, the Ace of Wands, this is for the better. Like shit is popping off in a really good way. And I feel like there's a lot here that's like, just continue to be mindful of what your thoughts are, and communicate as much as you can to the people that are involved, allowing yourself to be vulnerable, allowing your heart, your heart is what has gotten you here thus far. And continuing to align with the reality that you want, continuing to align with the reality and the narrative of your higher self, and not the reality and the narrative of the self-deprecating and like what is it when you're just like, freak your own self out. You know, the ego has all of its fear-based narratives. Okay, but things are turning for the better, and I feel like it's a new chapter, and it's different, and there's a big change happening for sure. And just know that this is all divine, and that this is your highest timeline, is what I'm really seeing. We have the Six of Cups, so you're doing this with soul family. This is something here about soul contract, or expanding your family in some way, or like the people that you're doing this with. You know, this is all really good signs. Like, I feel like it almost feels nostalgic. Like you've been waiting for this. Like the month of March, you're like, wow, I can't believe this is where I am. I can't believe this is happening, that this is my life. And Spirit is like, watch that narrative. You can believe it, because this is what your soul set out in this lifetime. You've already gone above and beyond what your soul had intended for this incarnation. You're doing a wonderful job, and it's only getting better from here. It's only getting more lit and more exciting from here. And you don't have to lift a finger anymore. Yeah, like you'll get the energy you need to have whenever it is that you need to make whatever moves you need to make, but it's going to literally feel like you're not doing anything, and you're just showing up to where you're called. You're getting the message, and the next step, like the logistics are taken care of. They're like almost given to you. And it's really like, you're not freaking out as much as you used to. You're not like projecting into the future as much as you used to. Like when things come, new experiences come, new opportunities come, it's like you're not freaking out weeks in advance. It's like when it gets there, when it arrives, you're like, you have everything you need. This feels so good. It just feels like the tables have turned, and you're really just trusting. And, you know, I feel like an old version of you might have had opportunities to like do really cool things, or to go to speaking engagements, or to get outside of your comfort zone in some way. And it's like where you would usually freak out or like really get in your head, it's like you're relaxing, right? You're relaxing more and more, and you're really in your power. You're really shifting into your power, and there's great things in store. The fates are changing, and yeah, this is lit. I'm excited for you guys. Let me know in the comment section what this has to do with, if you'd like to. Go ahead and leave. Let's leave like a pentacle down below. I feel like this has to do with your environment, or your living situation, or your career in some sort of way. Let's leave that down below. If you don't want to leave anything else in the comment section, commenting and liking the video just helps this reach souls that need it when they need it. And I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Maybe I'll see you again soon. Much love. Hi, group number 2. Welcome to your March energy readings. I'm so excited to be here. I feel like I haven't done group readings in a while. I'm going through major shifts and transitions in my life right now. They're so exciting, and I can only assume that you guys that are on a similar bandwidth as I am are going through similar exciting changes and upgrades and shifts. So before we get into this reading, I just want to let you guys know that every month I offer a donation-based 30-minute, usually 30-minute breathwork and meditation session. Sometimes they might be shorter, sometimes they might be longer. But every month I am offering that. And so I do know a lot of the people that are drawn to this channel are going through something similar. You know, we have similar codes, similar blueprints, and I honestly don't know how anyone makes it by in this life without breath meditation. And so, you know, you leave each session with more tools to start your day, you know, with certain pranayama techniques if you want to. And it's just a really great way to connect with other people. You're leaving with different techniques, and it's a really great way to connect with you guys. You know, the people that are drawn to this channel, I love meeting you guys so much. So if that's something you're interested in and you just want to stay in the loop on all of my offerings outside of just tarot, make sure to head to my website in the description box and subscribe to my newsletter. It's super easy. You just scroll to the bottom of any page on my website and you can subscribe to my newsletter. So we're going to get into the shuffling portion of this reading. So we're calling on the guides of those beings that are drawn to this group today. And we're asking the month of March, what are any highlights and milestones this group can anticipate in the month of March? Whether it be energetically, spiritually, emotionally. Okay, highlights and milestones for group number 2. Please. Highlights and milestones, group number 2. Highlights and milestones, group number 2. All right. highlights and milestones. Give more details about what's going on. Oops. Okay, let's see. Anything else want to come through? Okay. And we'll get into areas of growth or pockets of challenge. Areas of growth or pockets of challenge, please. Lastly, areas of growth, pockets of challenge. And more details. Areas of growth, pockets of challenge. Okay. All right, let's get right into this. So, group number 2. Let's see it. Highlights and milestones. To the sea. A win-win outcome is forecast. We love that. Scorpio, investigate. A lot of water, okay? A lot of like emotional exploration, I feel. Something that might involve other people in your life for sure. And maybe it's something that you've been pondering for a while and wondering how to move forward in a certain way, in a way that I feel like is affecting other people for sure. And I feel like you're coming to some sort of resolution. And I love that I can see a little smiling face up here because there was a lot of, this was a challenge emotionally, spiritually. This was definitely an opportunity of growth and expansion for sure. And I feel like it's deepening you into your own understanding of the nature of reality and why you're here. There's something about it that, like, Scorpio to me has a very personal relationship to its own spirituality. So something that, like, you're not taking someone else's advice for something. You're not taking someone else's word for something. I feel like the message that you're learning or the lesson that you're learning, the conclusion that you've reached, and why you are able to breathe around this certain area is because this challenge, this thing, this area of your life that involves this other person has really caused you to do some deep digging and asking some deep questions to your own higher self. And so while sometimes we think it's about the thing in the external reality, it very little ever is that. It's really about the energetics and is our soul expanding in the ways that it wanted to expand in this lifetime. We have the sun, a lot of clarity for sure that you're feeling, a lot of brightness and warmth. And just like, there's something about this, the sun tends to just enhance the qualities of the other cards it's surrounding by. So I really feel that there's clarity. There's so much here about clarity and understanding yourself to a deeper level and understanding like your subconscious tendencies, your patterns of like dissociation or your subconscious ways of protecting yourself, that kind of thing. And it's like you're illuminating them. And I feel like there's just, you're navigating your emotional territory very maturely. And I feel like there's something that is happening that is involving other people that is also giving them permission to navigate maturely. And I feel like it's because you're like the leader in that sense. Like you're going about things that is very like you're taking into account other people's feelings in a way that is not necessary, but it just goes to show your character, the type of person you are. And it's showing that to them too. They're like, wow, this person really isn't just in it for themselves. They really are a good person. They really want to do the right thing, right? Libra, justice, that kind of thing. And so I feel like on a soul level, there's a lot of like collective lessons that are happening the month of March. Okay, we have the 9 of Cups. So yeah, there's a deep emotional fulfillment. You're feeling really good about how you're navigating your life. You're feeling really good about the direction that you're moving. There's so much prosperity here. There's so much Jupiter energy, so much abundance and happiness. And I feel like it's because you've given yourself permission to be in stillness, to be in solitude, to be in silence, and to really make decisions from the level of the heart, to make decisions from the level of clarity and what is truly inspiring, and investigating those things and not making decisions out of guilt, because everyone loses when we make decisions out of guilt or shame or obligation. Next, we have the King of Swords. So yeah, your communication is off the charts the month of March. I feel like you're just slicing through illusion, your insecurities, or anytime false perceptions come up, it's like they don't stand a chance. Yeah, going on a new journey for sure. Okay, to the sea, going on a new journey. It's like some sort of situation that you're leaving that is actually benefiting everyone. Going on a new journey. Anytime we go on a new journey, we're leaving something behind. Anytime we walk through one door, we're leaving one room, right? So it's like however you look at it, your perception is what makes the biggest difference here. And I feel like you're being called in a certain way. You're being called into this new direction. You're being called to a new journey, and it's leading you in the direction of deeper fulfillment. It's something that you know you have to do, and something that maybe you feel like is letting down other people, or you're like worried about letting down other people, but it's giving them an opportunity to also grow. It's giving them an opportunity to also step more into their power, and to recognize you more as a soul and less as soul, sun, and less as like an object to like hold or to like possess, right? That everyone loses when we do that. But when we see other people as a soul that has certain things that they need to learn and that wants to expand, we want them to expand. We want them to want us to expand, and vice versa. And so I'm really getting that everyone has the opportunity for expansion with this, whatever's happening in March, this change that's happening. And it's leading everyone, the 8 is just waiting for one more. It's like we're going on that journey to find that one more cup that is not reliant on external circumstances and is self-fulfilled, sourced from within. So next we're going to get into areas of challenge, areas of growth, here and now. So taking it a step at a time, okay? 1 foot, 1 move at a time. Taurus, cultivate. Juno, partnership. Communication is key. New moon and Gemini. Yeah, a lot here about communication for sure. And step out of your comfort zone, North Node. Hold on really quick, my friends. Okay, so challenging part, I feel like let's get a little bit deeper because there's a lot of different directions this can be going. Step outside of your comfort zone. Yeah, whatever this change is, I feel like it's just different. It's just new. It might have to do with like a lover, or like moving in the direction of like making some sort of move, or like traveling to see someone, or cultivating a relationship that means a lot to you, like getting out of this like alone kind of energy. Like I feel like you're set on your own. You've been doing a lot to cultivate your own energy and to cultivate your own sense of love. And so now it's like, okay, stepping out of our comfort zone now is inviting someone else into your heart and letting someone else see the depths of you, because I feel like, wow, yeah, this makes sense that I'm doing this reading, because this came through when I was driving today. I'm like, why is this message coming through? And it's kind of relevant in my own life, so I'm not completely surprised, but Spirit was so clear in saying that it's actually, there gets to a point where it's actually like a bigger challenge to be in a romantic dynamic, because when you're on your own, it's like, it's less likely that we're getting so swept away in false narratives because you're only focusing on yourself. And it's like, there's nothing to really assume when you're so deeply spiritual, like I see you guys are. And it's like, good, I know my intentions, I know what I want, I know where I'm going, I know how to cultivate this connection with my higher self. And so now that we're inviting someone else in, or this could be symbolic for like a dynamic that seems like it's out of my control, it seems like it's a little bit risky, right? It's a little bit, it feels like it has the potential to kind of pull me out of my center in some sort of way. I feel like that's where it's just like tricky. And that's where it's beautiful to be in these dynamics and to be in the situations where you do have things that kind of test you in a way and test your equilibrium. And yeah, I really do feel like that might just be symbolic, but that came through so clearly for me too, of like, yeah, the next level is sharing this with someone else and dealing with another being, with another entity that has their own narratives, their own timelines, their own thoughts, and, you know, being vulnerable and really allowing it to be this container of cultivating the heart space, the heart chakra, staying here, staying now, and really allowing it to, you know, stretch you into your next level version of self. Right? This is beautiful. So next we have the Queen of Swords. So much here about communication, communicating from the heart, not letting your heart close down, not holding your cards close to your chest because you're worried about coming across non-spiritual. I feel like, yeah, it's so interesting. It's like, I feel like sometimes when you're able to see from the level of expansion that you can see from, it's this like double-edged sword where, yeah, you guys are so wise. You know you're good on your own. You know that being overly attached in an obsessive way is not healthy. And you know these spiritual principles, but it's like there's a fine line between you can know that and also know that your body, your physical body holds codes that tell a different story, and that's okay. And that's the mark of a true master, is you can see the emotional body, you can see the egoic body playing itself out, you can allow it space, but you're not taking your cues from that, okay? And so giving yourself permission to share with someone else, that's really going to deepen your sense of intimacy with this person, this next chapter of your life. It's really going to open your heart, blow your heart open even more. It's really stepping outside of your comfort zone, I feel, to sometimes, you know, maybe seem like you don't have it all together, to sometimes feel like maybe, yeah, you are a little vulnerable. Yeah, you do care about certain things. Yeah, you do have a heart, dare I say, and yeah, you're human, right? You're human, you're as human as they come. And I feel like letting other people see that is really what is going to allow you to step into this even more, your spirituality even more. Like this chapter, this challenge is you're becoming more spiritual and really embodying spirituality, not becoming, but really embodying your divinity through embracing your humanity. Okay, and that may be challenging. 10 of Pentacles. So yeah, your relationships are about to take off, and really allowing other people to see your journey, to see that you're human. And again, not, you know, it's so beautiful. It's such, what's the word? It's such a beautiful thing and humbling experience when someone is just so themselves, like they're aware of like their pockets of insecurity. They're aware of their shortcomings or what kind of inhibits them from being a more authentic expression, but they don't like hold it against themselves, and they don't like try to shield it or hide it. And it just makes them so much more attractive, at least to me. I feel like the most attractive people are people that like, you know, are just like so open and just so real about, you know, their humanness. It really sets them apart from a lot of people. And that's even more what you're being guided to do, to really open your heart and live from that level of transparency. Because I think a lot of people look up to you, pile number 2. They go to you for wisdom. They see you as someone that really like has their shit together and really knows a lot. And so I feel like it's actually really like inspiring when they see that you're just human like them, just human, but that, you know, that both can exist. You can be so wise, and you can also be learning, like a forever student at the same time. We have the Magician coming up in reverse. So yeah, I feel like you're just afraid of a new start. You know, the Magician in an upright talks about an auspicious time to begin something new. And so I feel like you might just be questioning, am I really ready for this? Yeah, you've been preparing for this, and this is your next, okay? This is your next time to expand and to cultivate a type of partnership, right? So much Venusian energy here, and really letting other people in, okay? We have, yeah, the Fates, the Wheel of Fortune. So something that it's time, okay? It's time. It is time to let other people in. It's time to embrace this side of yourself. It's time to live the human experience from living it, and not just from simply conceptualizing it or simply theorizing about it, living it from the lens of like what other teachers and masters have said before you, but checking it through your own experience, seeing if it checks out through your own actual experience. This is like so beautiful. I'm so excited. There's a lot of expansion, okay? And a lot of feeling even more yourself the more you welcome in other people. And lastly, we have the King of Batons, the King of Wands. So this is so beautiful. This is someone that is just a magnet for opportunities. This is someone that, people look up to you. And I feel like your creative capacities are really going to expand from living this level of being much more open and allowing people into your world. Okay, because you have a lot to share. You have so much to share. And I just see you as someone that is like part of a community in some sort of way, like a very essential part of the communities you're a part of. And I feel like the biggest point or the biggest place, the biggest opportunity in March that you're having to really nurture your heart even more than you already have, because you're good. We know you're good on your own. We know you're going to be fine regardless of what happens with this person, with this job, whatever this is. I feel like it has more to do with a person, this relationship that is coming in or that's in. You're good on your own. You already know that. You have all the tools that, you know how to, like, you're good. You've done that for so long. Okay. And now it's time. Like you're making a transition from this old narrative that has served its purpose and the lessons, and now you're moving into something new. You're moving into a new version of self that is taking all of this wisdom, and now like you have so much to share. You have your 9 of Cups, and now we're pouring it into our community. We're pouring it into this container of love and allowing ourselves to really be seen fully, and to see, maybe even seem like, needy, or seem like, wow, like I really get in my head about this. Yeah. It's like, that's really where we're tested, is not how good we are on our own, because most of us are good because we've been doing this for lifetimes, and we've had lifetimes as hermits. The challenge and the challenge and the difficulty really lies, the growth really lies within, can I share this with other people? Can I continue to cultivate this sweetness, and to, I feel like it's just not resisting this very obvious path that your guides are leading you down. And, if you just speaking from the heart as much as you can, even if you're like, wow, am I oversharing? Am I going to scare this person off? My experience, there's nothing you could say to the right person. I'm going to say that again. There's nothing wrong you could say to the right person. There's no way that you could move that's too fast if it's with the right person, when it's with the right person. And I am seeing so much here about, like I just heard twin soul kind of energy. I don't necessarily abide by that terminology, but that's what just came through. So I'm going to honor that. If anything, that's a symbol for a high level soulmate. That is really, you guys are both really here to help turn each other's wheels. This is a fated type of connection that is going to lead you guys both into so much prosperity. Okay, and it's like enjoying the journey and just being with this sweetness, and finally sharing this with someone else. So I'm going to leave this reading here for now, pile number 2. If this was your group today, let's go ahead and leave. Do we have 2 birds? Let's leave 2 birds down below in the comment section. If there's nothing else you want to share, please like this video, comment below. This helps other souls receive these healing messages when and if they need them. And maybe I'll see you again soon. Much love, my friends. Hey, group number 3, welcome to your March energy readings. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. I've been going through a lot of transitions in my personal life, so I haven't been as present for these group readings. I totally know that you guys will understand. Exciting changes, and just so dope, and excited to almost be on the other side of my Saturn return. I'm going to definitely be making a video on my main channel, updating with all of the things, the lessons and blessings that have come from this period. Saturn actually moves out of Aquarius and into Pisces the day after my daughter turns 8, and yeah, just like so much goodness happening for so many people. And I just also want to put out there that every month I'm offering donation-based breathwork and meditation containers. Okay, so this last one I did was on power and peace. It was an activation. It was so juicy. It was so beautiful. I've received such great feedback about it, and I'll be doing different themes. And if that's something that you're interested in, or you're just interested in being updated in other offerings outside of simply tarot and what I offer on this channel, make sure to head to my description box and subscribe to my newsletter. It's a really great way to stay in the loop. Those subscribe to my newsletter get updates and receive offers before anyone else, before I post to all my socials and everything. So first comes to those that are subscribed, and just so excited and honored to be sharing this journey with you guys. So there are two aspects to these piles today. First are highlights and milestones you can anticipate for the month of March, as well as areas of challenge and or pockets of growth. Okay, so we're calling upon the guides that are overseeing the group of souls that are drawn to group number 3 today. What are some highlights and milestones this group can expect month of March? Highlights and milestones for group 3, the month of March, please. Highlights and milestones. Okay. Oh, we had 2. And let's get some more details with the tarot, please. Highlights and milestones. Okay, and let's get into areas of growth or pockets of challenge. Areas of growth, pockets of challenge, group 3. And let's clarify, get more details with the tarot, please. Here's a growth, pockets of challenge. Anything else? Oops. All right. Group number 1, group number 3. Highlights and milestones, month of March. Orphaned, second house, resources. Solar calm, clarify. A new romantic cycle begins. Expect powerful change. Okay, I feel like there's multiple areas of your life that are being upgraded. 5 of Pentacles energy, very strong, not just financially, but in terms of the people in your life. You're definitely upgrading and feeling really good about the direction things are coming. There's a lot of new moon, 2 new moons, eclipses. Eclipses are powerful times, right? They don't come around. Eclipse season doesn't come around every month like new moons do, okay? And so I feel like this is signifying a period in your life where big shifts are happening that have been, you've been wanting to happen for some time. Like you can finally breathe around resources, finances, and also I feel like in terms of love, in terms of a partner. Okay, could even be like living situation is changing. Could be that those could be, something that is combined, like you could be moving in with someone like a partner or something. You could be like even like getting married, or enhancing, a new cycle begins, whether it's with this current partner or whether you're single or dating. A new cycle is beginning, and something powerful changes all around. Okay, there's like clarity, and like you can breathe finally, and you're like, wow, like I don't have to do this alone. Like it feels like heaven sent. Okay, for this transition to happen in March. So we have Prince of Cups. So yeah, definitely big romantic type of energy, and yeah, very Venusian, a lot of Venusian energy coming through. We have Two of Cups, so confirms it even more. Your love life is really taking off. You're meeting someone that I feel like you might be pretty serious about, and it seems like everything is benefiting from this connection, just because your heart, I feel like, is opening even more. I feel like this is someone that you really have been waiting for. I feel like maybe for a long time you wondered if there was someone out there for you, and you were kind of maybe content with being on your own, but deep down hoping and wondering, and and I feel like you're being swept off your feet, honestly, whether this is, someone is like getting their shit together in this relationship you've already been in. They're having like a powerful epiphany or something. Maybe there was like a break that you guys were taking, and they're like, yo, like, I don't know what was getting into me or whatever. But yeah, there's a lot here about a balanced type of partnership that feels like a long time coming, and a very new beginning. Whether, again, it's with someone that you've been with already, that you're already in a relationship with, or it's like somewhat of a new dynamic that has been, new within, I would say, the past like 1 to 6 months. We have the seven of Swords. So yeah, there's so much here about not feeling like you have to look over your shoulder, and not being swept away by doubt, and being able to share yourself and your life with someone else is really exciting. Okay, and there's something here about, I feel like it's finances and love that's coming through very strong. Like you're not penny pinching, and you're relaxing more around your finances. And I feel like something is like, yeah, these areas are both really enhancing in this month. We have the Page of Pentacles, Princess of Pentacles, and we have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, I was saying strong Five of Pentacles energy is coming through for sure. Yeah, there's like an upgrade. There's a new beginning. There's like, you're moving beyond this Five of Pentacles energy. And I feel like even if you've always been taken care of, like I really don't, like maybe things have gotten tight at some points, but I think you're just recognizing that you've always been taken care of. It's like your relationship to finances is really what is being enhanced. And maybe even you're getting a new job at the same time. Like it's like your resources are expanding, and at the same time you're like in this new romantic cycle, or you're like taking your relationship to the next level. You're like moving in. It's like marked by, not only are you like have a new job or like a new position, it's like you also have this new love, right? There's so much newness that's coming in. Specifically romance and career is really what I'm getting, and it's like life is sweeping you off your feet overall. So pockets of challenge and areas of growth. Oh my God. Yeah, this is so beautiful. It's like, why can't we just accept that like we deserve this? It's so interesting that anytime we have a lot of good things coming into our experience at once, it's like we question it. It's like we don't fully trust life with the Seven of Swords energy. We don't fully trust it. It's like there's reverberations of when we were let down by people in the past, and it's like you're not that person anymore. You experienced those lessons, you learned from those lessons, you grew, you did the work. And so why are we surprised that now you're actually feeling good about where your life is going? Why is it, is there this lingering feeling of it's too good to be true? It's not. It's only going to get better, and yeah, there's so much here about actually letting someone else in and sharing this. Like, not only is this so exciting, I just feel like there's like, is this like, whoa, like, is this really it? Like, this is dope. And, like knowing that it's not going to end the way that it's ended in the past, you've rewritten your own internal narrative. And so, you're changing your storylines. Things are shifting. Let's see what else. Truth be told. Wow, I feel like I've never actually pulled this card. We have mirroring, 4114. Wow, another something about like twin soul. And I don't use that word. If you've been following my work, I don't use that, but it's what Spirit's bringing through. So I always have to honor what higher self is bringing through. But I just feel like if anything, this is signifying this dynamic is a high level soulmate. You can trust them to be, you can trust them. You can trust this dynamic. I really feel that your experience and their experience are very similar. The type of love that you're feeling for them, they're feeling for you as well. And yeah, I feel like the other two piles, I just saw 1111 right when I looked up. If you resonate with this pile, I might even check out pile 1 and 2 if that resonates, okay? Because it feels like this is like a culmination. Pile 1 was about romance, and the second pile was career, maybe vice versa, but this is like both. So if it resonates, check it out. I'm going to look that up really quick. Truth be told, let's see. I have a strong intuition to check it out. I've never actually pulled this one. Truth be told, honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. Beautiful. Let's see in relationship. People tell you who they are very quickly if you're willing to listen to what they have to say and pay attention to how they behave. This card tells you to engage in heartfelt, open conversation. It's time to see the truth about what you share with each other and tell the truth about who you are and what you need. No one can do that for you. Remember that your truth is always based in your personality and experience up to now. A higher truth will be found after you communicate honestly, and see how doing so has helped you become more attuned to yourself. Don't hold back, speak your truth and listen. Yes, go check out pile 2 for sure. Literally exactly what was coming through, okay? Enough said, let's move on. Time to breathe out. Take time to breathe out. All right, so check out my offerings of the breath meditation. I feel like this is literal. This is literally, and this is like, it's just overwhelming in a good way. I just think it's like a lot is happening at once in a lot of areas, and the more that you're just expressive of your inner truth, and the more that you're just like being okay with your moment to moment truth, knowing that it's going to change, that whole thing that it said about you experience a higher truth only after you've shared what your current truth is like so pertinent. I can't even begin to describe how Spirit has been teaching me this lesson throughout the years. It's like my friend channeled this book called Seeking Ends When Sharing Begins, and it really is about once you're sharing what is truthful, even though you can know, even though you know you'll be good on your own, even though you know you've made it this far on your own, you've made it out of the 5 of Pentacles, you've gone through the suffering, and you've done it on your own, you know you're good on your own. The next step, the next part of your lesson in your journey is embracing your humanity, understanding the wisdom teachings, but going through the heart to actually embody that wisdom. Because there's a difference between it being conceptual and like dissociating from reality, keeping people at an arm's length through our wisdom, through your deep perceptive abilities, and then actually going through the heart, embracing the feminine aspect of spiritual truth as well. Okay, so this is really exciting. This is so beautiful. We have 10th house with authority, and we have conjunction with alliance. So yeah, there's so much here about letting other people in, not surprised. You still remain in authority. Many people look up to you. I feel like maybe there's a lot of responsibility that's coming in for you, and I don't think that's necessarily like as challenging as this love. If I'm completely honest, I feel like you've done a lot of work and you understand you're a teacher in this life. I feel like letting love in is going to be your biggest teacher in this life, and knowing that vulnerability is the key. This is what makes life so worth it. Okay, this is where we really become a poet of life, and we engage with the poetics of life, because there is risk in love. There is, but there's greater risk in closing our heart down. This is a big opportunity to expand your intuition, to expand your heart, to increase your magnetism even more. The electromagnetic field of the heart is 5,000 times greater than that of the brain. And so it's expanding, okay? And you have a beautiful permission slip through this reflection that you're getting from this soulmate connection that's coming in. 10 of Pentacles, hell yeah, everything. This is finances and this is relationships that confirmed what came through the beginning. Everything is upgrading. You deserve it, okay? You deserve it. If you ever get overwhelmed, take time to breathe it out. You don't have to force things to happen. We have justice coming up in reverse. You're questioning if you deserve this. Yes, you do. I literally just said that before that came over. You're like, is this real? Is this really my life? Do I deserve this? Yes, you do. Sure, you might have done things out of confusion in the past that make you like wonder, wow, like that make you feel like maybe you don't deserve an opportunity or you don't deserve this thing in love, but you've grown. You did things out of confusion. You did things when you were still navigating your way out of darkness. You're in a place of solar calm, of clarity, okay? And so you undo your karma when you let yourself off the hook because you are other people. Self-forgiveness is essential to forgive other people and vice versa. I feel like you guys are really good at forgiving other people. You have strengthened your muscle of compassion that starts with self, right? You can only extend compassion to other people when you've experienced it yourself. So that's why you are in a position of such great authority, or you're going to be moving into positions of such great authority because you've developed true compassion through the suffering that you've gone through. You understand firsthand. We do shitty things when we're in shitty places. And so I feel like it's like, let it go. Like, let go of these old narratives of like, do I deserve it? Like, but I did this thing to this person, or like, I didn't like how I walked away from this thing. It's like, you're a new person. Scales have tipped. Okay. You deserve this. We have the Hierophant, many lessons that were learned. Okay. So yeah, this is, these are physical manifestations of your spiritual upgrades that you've been going through. And we have the King of Batons. So yeah, magnetism is increasing. That's something that was coming through. Your sense of authority is increasing. You're very wise spiritually. Okay, but this is not letting your spiritual wisdom get in the way of actually experiencing things, like actually living your life. You know, this is a university, a white O university. And so we can only learn so much through the teachings of other people. That's their connection to source. That's their finite perspective of the infinite. And so you're really being encouraged to increase your finite perspective of the infinite and really living your own truths, your own values, and sharing those when it seems relevant, but not over explaining yourself, and also not allowing those theories, not allowing the concepts to get in the way of the heart. Okay, because that's what's brought you up to this point in time, is allowing your heart to be broken open with all of this deserting energy, this abandonment energy, this deep wounding has just broken your heart open and brought you into a space to where you deeply love your fellow human. You have so much compassion for your fellow human. You would go above and beyond. You go above and beyond to help other people and to like really make people feel seen and loved and appreciated. And so it's your turn. It's time that you feel that reciprocated. And I feel like you're just going to be flooded in the month of March with so many reflections of how much you mean to other people, of how much of a difference you make in the communities you're involved in. Powerful changes happening financially and in your relationships, in your community, especially in love. Huge upgrades. Things are just like going to the next level in general. And you're in a position to where it's like, internally you've been doing the work, but it's only the beginning in terms of like seeing the manifestations. Okay, so this is beautiful. Congrats on everything. You deserve it. Give us some details, like who this be. Like, we're excited. I'm excited for you. Let me know how this landed today. If this was your reading today, let's go ahead and leave. Like, is there like something about lovers down below? Just leave 2 cups or something, or like an ace of cups or something. Flowers, a bouquet of flowers. Yeah. And maybe an apple, okay? Like money, I don't know, whatever calls to you. Leave it, surprise me, leave a comment, like the video. This helps these messages reach the people that need them when they need them. And maybe I'll see you on my channel again soon. Much love.